and today is Sunday, so we're live for MRW News Show. So welcome everybody. We have got a lot of stories tonight, like a lot that I don't even think I even know about, like because of like just like so many. I've like sort of like forgotten how many there are because there's just like so many, and some very good topics as well, and some interesting topics. So should we get started?
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to start on the one that I know the best because you know.
It's quite a big one, isn't it?
Well then, which one?
The one that you're going to start on.
No, I'm starting on this one.
Oh, that's not a big... Oh, right, okay. I didn't know you knew that the best.
It's the best I can made.
Oh, right, okay.
Because of the other ones that are confusing. Now, the sun has just come out and been annoying, so,
Are you going to manage?
no.
Oh.
It's been annoying.
Is that the news over then?
But it's been annoying. It's like, it should be going down though, realistically, but for some reason
Did you have to put something on the
it's
front
just
of the
started going
car?
up. No, actually, no.
Why didn't you put the sun visor down?
No, because it's that. No,
Did the
but...
sun visor, look, watch.
No,
There.
oh, no. So is that all it does?
Tracy's on.
Hello, Tracy.
And Dave's on.
Hello, Dave.
We just worked out what the sun visor does.
No, they don't do that.
Devania's on.
Hello, Devania.
Her and Willow are watching.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Very good.
So, yeah. There you go. Well done. Look at her. There's the price she is. Well, it's obviously what it's for, isn't it?
They do it in other cars.
No, just this Austin 1100. They did it specially for this one.
What about modern cars?
No, they won't do it in modern cars.
They all have those little tilted, like...
Yeah,
Things
they just
don't
don't have them in modern cars. But this particular car.
Anyway, right, moving on. A Lancashire metal detector.
Gary's on.
Hello, Gary.
Anders is on.
Hello, Anders.
Right, you can start now.
Lancashire metal detector, who was jailed. Now, I want people's opinions on this. Jailed for trying to sell Anglo-Saxon coins, and estimated to be about... Oh no, I won't say. He has to pay back. He's ordered to be paid back. Repay £103,000. That's right, £103,000. And these coins is estimated to be worth. Well, this not like that's how much he should really be worth if he did manage to successfully sell them. So this is the picture. 766 grand. So
Mm-hmm.
nearly $1 million. That's how much these coins are worth, right? Now, bearing in mind, he's gone, and I don't know where he got them at, but he's gone and he's metal detected them himself. You know, he's dug them up, done all whatever they do. He's from, where's he from? He's from
County Durham, isn't it?
No,
Loughclough.
Loughclough, Lancashire.
Got mixed up
He's
with somebody
77 years old, and he has 3 months to repay the money, or he could face 12 months in prison. Now, he has already been to prison, I think for the same thing of the coins, I think. I don't really understand why he's out of prison and back again.
Because they've got to pay, it.
So he's gone to prison and then he's got to pay. Is that why he's gone back
Yeah, because they
again?
said that 2 are broken. It doesn't explain why, but I think it might be because he said 2 are broken and then they said, well, they're worth the 103,000, or he's had costs to pay for it, but seems a lot of money to me.
Anyway, he originally got jailed for 5 years and 2 months at Durham County Court, but that was in May 2023, so he must have been out a bit more early for good behaviour, because I suppose if he's not met the protector, he's not doing anything naughty, is he?
Well, at the end of the day...
You get my joke?
Well, I'll say that again.
Well, because it's good behaviour, but if he's not met, he's already kept him inside the prison, he's going to be good, isn't he?
I suppose so. He's got one in his prison, he could keep going, couldn't he, on his bars and go, oh, I found something that's your bars, Donald. Roger.
Oh, I found something. No, it's my
That's
gun.
your bed, love.
Yeah, so I mean, he's not going to get up to anything naughty, is he, in the day? But what do people think? Because if he's just found these coins and then he's gone and sold them on, but who's he sold them to? Is he basically found 44 9th century coins worth £766,000. It could be worth more if we went to like auction or something.
Yeah, but if the like museums valued them at that, they're going to overvalue them, aren't they? Unless they were going to pay for them. I bet if they were going to pay for them, they'd probably value them about 300 quid.
Yeah.
But because he's been naughty, oh yeah, they were worth 750,000, those few coins. Whereas if he said, oh, if he'd have handed them in, he clearly wasn't going to get 750. He must know what he's doing, right? He must know what they're worth. So he clearly wasn't going to get 750,000 handing them in, was he? Otherwise, he could, anybody in the right mind, however much money he had, would think, oh, well, I'll get 750 grand for them. So they clearly weren't going to give him that much, were they?
No. But he...
for him to risk doing it.
So he basically gave them, went to sell them to this American collector who
Grassed him up.
To the police, and he also went to sell it to somebody else who was an undercover policeman. So all in all, he didn't really sell it to the right people.
We'd better off putting it on eBay.
I would do.
Probably wouldn't have got caught then.
I know. Well, what do people think? Do you think if you've gone and you've digged up some coins, you have to then give them to people? Give them to government? Is it?
No, it is. It's legal. Well, it's under the Treasure Act, isn't it?
So there's this Treasure Act where basically
it only started in 1996.
Yeah,
so in the grand scheme of things, that isn't that long ago, is it? I mean, so what I'm saying is,
who
decides that if you're trotting along, say you have a field, and you do a bit of metal detecting, and you find something in that field, who has decided that should be
metal
theirs?
Detecting, you could dig up a hole.
Now, I could understand a law saying you've got to say that you found it if it's of real interest, and even a law saying you've got to then it's got to be looked after, as in there's a trail with it. Do you know what I mean? So if you're going to sell it, we want to know who you've sold it to, like a gun law. You can, but I can't understand the taking of it.
Well, I was watching somebody who was explaining it, and they were from the place you give it to, and she was a bit weird because she I don't know, she sort of I suppose contradicted herself, because if she said, oh, so it doesn't. We want you to, if you find anything, tell us and we can put it on record.
So we can nick it off you.
But she didn't say that, first of all. But she says, so we can put it on record. But it's got to be over 300 years old for it to be, some value. And I'm thinking, 200 years old I would be pretty happy with, But anyway, over 300 years old.
It seems very funny, doesn't it? Because you could have something like now that's 250 years old. And in 50 years it's going to be treasure.
That's what I mean.
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem.
That's what I thought. But anyway, the point is the fact
Sorry for interrupting.
No. The point is I'm just talking like she would. So then she was saying, oh, so if he's basically if it's over 300 years old and you found it or anything, we're not going to do anything with it. Just tell us. And then a few sentences later she goes, if it's over 300 years old, it's coins, it's anything. It's just basically anything.
What the coins are in. So if you find the coins in a pot. The pot is treasure.
It's not just coins, it can be anything. And just literally said, it could count as treasure, but she just said it could do. So she didn't really give it an exact thing. She gave a few examples. So basically anything could count as treasure. So she said, we just want to put it on record, but really she could just take it as treasure.
Yeah, and then you've lost it. But who decides that? Why? I don't
you think about
understand
it,
if you
found it on
owned
your land, it's yours, isn't it?
No, but it's not, is it? That's what I mean.
Yeah, but it should be. For example, if you buy some land and somebody left a wheelbarrow on there and you bought the land, it's your wheelbarrow,
not if it's 300 years old.
Yeah.
That's
that's mine, is that?
No, it's not. I've been nicking out, couldn't I? That's 300 years old, all right.
It's got a tag on it. No. We just put that on.
What about that chair that I've got? That old chair? I mean, that might be 300 years old. They could come and nick that, couldn't they? They could just take anything.
They could do it.
I don't agree with it, but I don't know. What does anybody think?
Yeah, I'd be an antique dealer, wouldn't it?
Yeah, just come and close your shop out.
I managed to keep one item because it was 299 years old, but she said she's coming back for the next year.
Yeah.
So what do people think?
Tracy thinks it's terrible. But she's always wanted a metal detector.
All right. Well, there's no point digging anything up. You have to keep it.
Oh, Cal says, I found something with my metal detector and dug down 2 feet.
I wouldn't tell us. Somebody will crash you up.
until he found out he got sterling toe cap boots on. Tracy says, you can't have Nolt if you found it. Abby's on.
Hello, Abby.
Gary says, finders keepers. I say, as long as he wasn't trespassing. Well, I'd agree with Gary. I think, but they have agreements, don't they, on land? When you do it on somebody's land, a lot of people will. Some people might say, "Oh yeah, just have it. I don't give a stuff." But other people say,
"Find some valuable." Tell me.
Yeah, it's half and half. So whatever they find. But I don't see why the government should have any of it. But they just make a law, don't they? And then it's sort of like legalised theft, isn't it? You couldn't do it any other way, could you?
Do what? Take it?
Well, if it was in like a shop or something, them just walking in, but they've just made that law. Like I say, it's only 1996, isn't it? So it's a very new law.
Somebody who was
What's happened to all the treasure prior to that?
It'll be somebody that was, was in charge of the law to make all the things at the point. and they just wanted something that was over 300 years old. So it was like, you know what I'll just make this law.
And that one was a bit creepy, wasn't she? She goes, you know, it's all right, just come and tell us, because we just want to know and keep a, you know, a little record of it. And I thought, yeah, you're going to nick it, aren't you? And it's like the police, isn't it? You know, if they say anything, oh, you know, just tell us, it doesn't matter. You know, we're not going to do anything or say anything, isn't it? Is that like thing that they're obviously, she's obviously going to, they obviously want you to come and send
well,
it to
I
them,
mean,
isn't
how many
it?
coins do they need though? Because you know, like,
Well, when you go to museums, there's lots, isn't there?
yes,
and they all look
can't
very
they just
similar.
let him have some coins?
Well, clearly not.
I mean, he says he's got 2 really rare ones. So maybe if they're really rare, just say, right, you can have them. You know, just let me have them 2 coins.
I don't know how he managed to break 2.
Well, the only thing is, I suppose if they're like, you know, rotten because metal does, you know, deteriorate.
I don't think. I think he's probably.
He's over 300 years old. I mean, it's, you know, like dramatically over 300 years old.
Yeah, but I mean, what did he get? 5 years? And there's just I didn't read the full story, and I can't even remember where he was from. I'm trying to think quickly on my head. No, not him. The story that I was just reading before I came on, about a paedophile, and I can't think because he's not gone to prison. And he said, he was attracted to young boys. He's admitted all the stuff he's done and everything. He didn't get any jail time. He's got to go to 15 sessions.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing as well. The fact of the coins.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a lot of jail time, isn't it? Just for, you know, trying to sell a few coins. I think it's a bit over the top, personally.
Because you could just, you know, take him off and just fine him. Fine him would be easier than, you know.
Oh yeah, you could find them. He's
Exactly.
not going to learn in prison, is he?
No.
He's not going to be learn anything going to
And that
prison,
could have been his life, that metal detecting. Could have been his hobby. He's been taken away from him.
Anyway.
Because he's not going to be as confident to, you know, metal detect now, is he?
Oh, the spider on the ceiling. What spider?
Which spider?
I don't know. Paul's on.
Oh, Paul.
Gary says we've got numerous artefacts we stole from other countries in the British Museum, so they're not even keeping it to this country.
I'm 300 years old. Hey, mate, France!
Yeah.
France!
Unbelievable. Dave says, sad as it seems, but these are classed as treasure and you are not allowed to keep. I think you should if you find them. Well, I do. I think they're really, like I say, important, you know, so it's going to make a difference to our history and stuff like that. You know, to notify the thing that you just notified, but you can keep it or they pay you an amount like an independent valuer, and they pay the amount the independent valuer says. Or you could loan it to them. Keep it.
Yeah.
But taking it, I think it's wrong. Cloric says, what car is that? Austin 1100. Lovely Lamb Lunch says, may the 4th be with you. Rob's on.
Hi, Rob.
Tracy, I'd want to keep it and find it. I've loads of fossils and nobody says alt. Well, Tracy, you should be saying it on here, love. They might be coming round for them. Carl says, I live in the grounds of the person who invented stainless steel. Time and Tide says, I reported some of my finds with the Fines Liaison Officer 12 months ago and still waiting to hear from them to see if they fall under the Treasury Act. Oh, that's interesting. So you've still got them. Well, you'll have to tell us how that goes, will you? Please. That's interesting. Known Business says, nice Beetlejuice coat. Is it showtime? And Anders says, the most likely thing you will find with a metal detector is electric wiring. We used to have an metal detector, and Billy went metal detecting and dug up he was like a mole all over the field and never got anything at all.
Not anything?
No, they're quite cheap. You can get quite a good one. I think we only got ours online. I don't think it was expensive. He wanted one for his birthday and he went off. I don't know what happened to it. He went off metal detector. You know, it's like a new thing. He'd be digging away, like little mole, all hills all over the place, and then he got bored of it, I think.
There was a hill, the hill used to be
on the left.
It was actually the right, but then he got moved to the left.
Billy's dug it up. It goes over the top with a digger there.
But the soil's sort of improved a bit because he's like turning it over.
It's aerated the soil.
So it's actually improved a bit.
So I think it's interesting, his metal detecting. We should do it. We should have a go at it. I quite enjoyed it. Now looking back, when I had a metal detector, those were the days. Oh, I do miss it.
I feel like a beach would be good though, because you probably have to just get nowadays
I saw
money.
one while I was doing the news, and he went on the beach and he got a gold chain.
Like a proper gold chain.
Yeah, like a proper one, not just not a gold chain,
Like, no, just
a
like,
proper
you know,
gold
fake
chain.
gold chain.
No, a proper. Well, it wouldn't have beat, would it?
Yeah, no, it's like metal.
Oh yeah, I suppose so. But
Yeah.
anyway, no, a proper like gold chain.
Like gold.
Yeah, proper gold.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gold.
Could write a song about that.
It was worth me metal getting.
Lovely lamb lunch says, my old gran always used to walk a mile every day. We don't know where she is now. God, that's nearly as old as that treasure is, that joke. You'll be having that joke taken off you in a couple of years. Time and Tide says the most frequent finds for me is can ring pulls. And known business says, and beer cans. Gary says beach in France would have been good. Lots of World War II treasures. Yeah, he's right. Is there, Gary?
Yeah, but surely they've like digged it up by now.
Well, no, but it's a big beach, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that person that combs the beach with that thing, and he made like a bin out of metal? So he combs the thing. All the metal goes into his little comb, not like a hair comb. He's made a special comb that he pulls along, and then he smelted it down. So it must have been aluminium. It must be from cans. Smelted it down, and then he's made a lovely bin. He could do that as well.
Sure, somebody's been there before. No,
Yeah,
I haven't.
so what you could do, we need to get a metal detector. I think I'm going to get one. Oh, Time and Tide says a licence to detect the River Thames and had some good finds. Do you have to be licensed for that then? Obviously he has.
There must be a lot down there.
Well, Time and Tide says he's got stuff, had some good finds. Well, so what's your best find?
I would presume there'd be a lot down there.
Sorry?
Well, you'd have to like swim, wouldn't you?
I don't know how high the sides are.
Well, then it's all built to the edge.
I don't know. We have only been to the bit, haven't we, that in the centre. We haven't seen the whole of the Thames, have we?
No, I've actually seen more.
You've seen the whole of the Thames?
Not the whole of it, a lot of it.
Have you seen so much of it?
No, I went past it once.
Well, you've only been to London with me, and I didn't see that much.
No, I went another time.
Did you?
You were there.
Was there? Oh, I don't remember that. Right.
It was like a stream because it was like.
Time and Tide says coins and gold rings. Like modern coins or old ones.
But I feel like
Tracy says she's found coins with no detector. I found £2. I've actually done it. I found £2 in the bathroom that I dropped out of Billy's pocket.
The thing is, here.
She's detecting our bathroom Time and Tide.
Here. What? Money, sometimes drops out like 20 or 2p's and stuff, like for example at the car door. And because it's on our land, you don't pick it up because you just think, well, it's fine.
You could get a metal detector.
Yeah, but like it's fine if you think I still own it. So just because it's on the floor outside doesn't matter. When anybody ever comes round, they always go, oh, 20p, and I always have to react like, oh, really? It happened one day. It happened yesterday. My friend came round and I was tidying before she came round because I wanted to tidy. Because
what she's saying is our house is an SHIT ship.
So
when we have a friend, we have to quickly tidy. That's what she's trying to say.
So I tidied for her, and there's some 20p's on the floor, and I thought I'd best pick them up because she's going to turn around and say, oh, got 20p on the floor. Anyway, there was one I missed outside, and she found it. Goes, oh look, there's 20p there. You go. So like, and it's happened before with 2p's, and people go, oh look, you got 2p's. Even the postman. I'm like, yeah, I just leave.
I was in when I was in Morrison's car park in Vera. I opened the wagon door and it was on the.
I walked out and I went into.
Walked out. Went to Morrison's. I detected some money in there, and the little bit that you put the money in the bottom's obviously got a bit of a. It's not true. It's not tight. So 1p dropped down the floor, and I didn't know whether to pick it up, and people were there, parked in the cars, looking. So I thought, well, do I not pick it up and it's like littering, or are they going to be there going, look at that tight ass picking 1p up? So I was really confused what to do. I was thinking, oh God, what if they film me and put me on Facebook picking 1p up, and then the other way around they say, oh, look at her littering, she didn't pick that 1p up. So I was really conundrum. I really didn't know what to do.
What is your 1p?
I know, but I just like get lucky.
I would just pick it up.
Oh, I didn't. I kept having to think about it. It took me hours. I've got a parking ticket now.
Why don't you just pick it up?
People's brains work differently. That's how my brain worked. I just thought, oh my God, what do
I
I do?
But the other thing was when they pick up like
See,
the
I was
penny.
saying about you people.
When they pick up the penny or whatever money I've left, they're like, well, there you go, and I'm like, it was my money anyway. It's not my land, it's mine. It's not
according to the Treasury Act, it's not.
But it's not over 300 years old, so it's still mine.
So they could
it's
change
not really
the
a
dates.
surprising thing the fact you've picked up my money.
They used to say when I was younger, I don't hear it so much now, they used to say, find a penny, pick it up all day long, you'll have good luck. Well, that used to cover the tarses. So you'd walk down the road, see a penny, you could go, find a penny, pick it
I
up.
think it's relevant.
All day long, you'll have good luck, and that's
Whenever I see a penny on the
you
floor,
from being tight.
whenever I see a penny on the floor, I always think, oh, might as well pick it up.
Yeah, so you pick it up, you say.
Yes, why I always leave
I'm
2
tight
pences
ass.
and 20 pence. I don't leave pennies.
Dave's always picks up the pennies. I may be tight, but there it goes. Tracy, there you see, Tracy, finding 1 pence for luck. Carl says you can't win, Jane. I know that. I've got 2 kids, so I'm already with Matilda. I know that I can't win on most things. Magnet fishing. That's how he does it in the Thames.
Alright.
He doesn't have to climb in. He does it with a magnet.
Yeah. There must be a lot of trolleys in there.
Oh, somebody's put that. I've got to. Oh no, Anders put rusty bikes. It wasn't trolleys.
I'm sure there'll be that as well. But I mean, like, literally.
Gary says
every
he
place
found
is
£3
really-
down the side of a sofa. We've found loads. Tell you what else has happened with our sofa. Some people might notice that have Marks and Spencer's stuff. Will I have Marks and Spencer's cutlery for special occasions? But Billy had used a Marks and Spencer's cutlery out of the system, and it's dropped down the back of the sofa, but it's gone down to the bottom, hasn't it?
You can't get it.
I don't know how to get it. I will have to cut the bottom of the sofa off. We've got to get the knife out. So that's quite traumatic, Gary. You get a metal detector to find out exactly where it is before we make a cut.
I do sort of know, though. You just like sort of feeling it.
Sasha says, pass it to a friend and your luck will never end.
It's gone.
Jean-Marie says, bonsoir, Matilda. Vous allez bien. Très bien, merci. Et toi?
Wrong language. Might have been to France more times than I've been anywhere
Gary
else.
says
It
that's
doesn't
how
mean
copper
anything.
wire was invented. 2 Scotsmen fighting over a penny. Lovely Lamb Lunch says, I tried metal detecting when I was a kid, wasn't impressed, found a left foot roller skate, an industrial can of cooking oil and a Asda trolley in a bush. Never went again. Oh dear.
You don't notice yesterday.
What? Did he not just spot it? Did he need a metal detector to find a trolley?
Usually I can spot them quite well.
They might have bad eyesight. We shouldn't be laughing. Anyway, what a good story that was.
Yes.
So it all certainly moved on from Paul. What's he called again? Can't remember his name now. Roger. Roger.
Roger Penning, wasn't it?
I wonder if he pays 100 and not 3,000.
Well, it's like, what do you do? Because, you know, he's 77. So what do? Do you just think, oh, I'll just pay it? Or do you just cope another time inside jail? Because really it's a year, but if he's good behaviour.
Well, I suppose he's got a very good wage, hasn't he? Because you're going to earn £103,000 effectively, aren't you? In 12 months, because you're not having to pay it.
Mm.
So if he stays in
And he's
jail,
hasn't got
and he'll
his
get
food
some
and stuff.
he'll get some off for good behaviour. So you could be looking at 9 months.
Yeah.
So he's got net for 100, and there's not many people that'll earn £103,000
Well, I mean, you've already
in 9
been
months.
in jail, so it depends how his experience was. If he's absolutely
He's had
hated
a lovely
it.
time. He'll be
Exactly,
straight back
he's had a
in.
lovely time. He comes think, well,
Yeah, he
You know,
might have made a load of
exactly.
mates.
He goes, well, you know, I had a good time. It was a nice holiday. So yeah, I go back.
He might go and find some more coins and say, no.
If he did enjoy it, he could just risk it by thinking, well, I'll either make a fortune and have a wonderful life, or I'll go back to jail and have a wonderful life.
He needs to be much cleverer next time, and he needs to turn
this is the other thing.
Say to the next person when he's trying to sell them, are you an undercover police officer?
Yeah, but listen, it doesn't. If you only find 1 coin, it's not the same. The people who take it away from you, they're not bothered
The
about
thieves.
1 coin. They only
Legalised thieves.
Well, they can only take if you've got 2, and that's really rare. I think. And then if it's just, I don't know, certain types of coins, another type of coin that you can have 10 of, and then they take it. So basically, all he has to do is, if he finds them all or finds 1 or whatever, he just needs to say, oh, I've only got this 1 coin.
Yeah.
I'm going to sell this 1 coin.
Yeah.
And then he comes along and thinks, oh, I found another one.
Kill surprise! In exactly the same place. Isn't that exactly the same one as you sold? Yeah, it's amazing on eBay. And you got about 500,000. Yeah, this is the same one.
And then all he has to do is wait a little bit longer, which, I mean, you know, more coins he sells, he's less to have to, you know, post them because he's earning money, so he's going to be fine. And then once you find a bit short on money, he goes, fine.
I found down the sofa. A 5,000-year-old coin.
What's it? 4th century coin.
Kelson
Me. Oh, my life always does say, you
I'm
know.
such a jellyhead. I probably
Where
believe
can we
that.
class then?
Probably believe that.
Exactly. So he has played it wrong.
No, he's done totally wrong. He should have asked if he was an undercover police officer. I mean, he'd been an absolute idiot, really.
Yeah. And then the American one, he should have said, you know, are you a snitch? Are you an undercover police officer? Are you a snitch?
Can you imagine that when someone asks us on your Facebook, I'm interested in your table you've got for sale on eBay. Are you a snitch? Next question.
No.
You can buy it. Those Eric Morecambe books, have you still got them for sale? Are you a snitch?
Are you an undercover police officer? No, he goes, are you an undercover police officer? I go, no. Okay, so are you a snitch? No. Yes, I can sell them to you then.
That'll be $4.99, please. That's the next
You don't
thing.
want to
Anybody
both at the same time.
messages me on eBay.
The thing is, you don't want to ask them both at the same time because he could say no, and then he could be the undercover police. He could be the
snitch.
And he'll go, well, I only said no to one of them. But then for me, it's about undercover police officers. But it's nah, it doesn't really count. It's just I'm thinking like, if you're undercover police officer, you snitch as well, aren't you? Really?
Yeah, because you're falsely doing it, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's another story we should cover, is that one where the undercover police officers had relationships with people. Some of them even got women pregnant. And they were doing it it was protests, I think. That's a story to cover, is that? Very interesting story. Shocking. Anyway, Gabby Dude's on.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
And Jean-Marie says, Je vais bien, merci. I am well, thank you. My French is getting quite good, isn't it?
Stay there.
Ça va?
Right.
I've asked that again. What? Sasha says, oldest coin I've found metal detecting is a silver 1816 George III sixpence. My cousins found all sorts. Henry VIII hammered silver coin. But you don't have to hand that in, do you, if it's only one? Lovely Lamb Lunch is going, so thank you for being on.
Yes.
And bye. Dave says, anyone got anything good planned for bank holiday? It's my birthday tomorrow, so looking for ideas. Right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dave. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip.
Hey!
Hip hip.
Hey!
Hip hip.
Hey!
Happy birthday for tomorrow, Dave.
Happy birthday.
Dave says, thanks, looking for Northern England day out. Oh, God, I can't. Northern England.
Anyway, I don't know.
Oh, she wasn't interested in that, was she, Dave?
I don't know.
Sorry about that, Dave.
I don't know.
A bit confusing for her. Gabby says, Dave, Northern England is a good choice. Much better than Southern England. I recommend going to Devil's Bridge. Devil's Bridge is very lovely. Someone should open a chippy there. Carl says, there's tins of soup the wife's got in the cupboard that could end up in the museum. And Tracy says, Devil's Bridge gets too busy though on a bank holiday. Dave says, thank you. And Tracy says, Morecambe, yeah, get yourself to Morecambe, Dave. Or get yourself to Morrison's, where you can sit on some lovely seats and do a video.
Yes, some of you might know I'm doing a film at the moment. And it's a full-length feature film which I'm doing on myself, and I've got actors in it, and one of my actors called Ruben, we were doing some scenes together, and we went into Morrison's before we were going to go to do another scene, and we basically had a very serious meeting about our film, didn't we? It was very serious. It was a bit funny though, because we were going around the food and like Ruben was just like looking at the food in like disgust. I was like, you know, but yeah, but we actually. If anybody would like to support the film, much appreciated, because of obviously the film does cost a lot of money to make, and actually so happens that Doc. So
yeah, if you want to support it,
yeah.
Please do. And I'm just trying to find the link.
Yeah.
If you there's a different amount of things you can do, and if you support it, you can get your name on the credits. and a few people are already. And if you're a business, we are even, it's going to be on Amazon Prime. I don't know how we can do with advertising on there, but certainly on YouTube and that, you'll get your business advertised. So there's loads of different things to do. I've put the link, and if you have a look at it,
and actually also as well,
my iPad.
Is also as well, if you've got Instagram, I've just opened a page as well for the account, so it'll be all on there as well. So I'll be showing loads of behind the scenes, because it's supposed to really, obviously we get up to loads of fun things, and we're you know, my actors, you know, we all bounce off each other, so we get up to some good stuff.
Something really good. If you've got a business, it's be a really cheap way of advertising, seriously, because we're going to be pushing it so much. They're going to be taking flyers out around Morecambe and around the area. It's going into the film festivals. So if you've got a business and you want to support us, please contact us, or you can go on the crowdfunder, which I've just put the link on. And
obviously nobody's seen it yet, but it is a pretty damn good film.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's really, really good. Really good. And we haven't even finished it yet. We've just done like a rough edit so far. We've still got a few scenes to shoot. But honestly, it's really good. And Ruben has been absolutely brilliant, hasn't he?
Yes.
He's the leading male. He's a very professional actor, even though he's only very young. He acts well above his age, doesn't he? He's very experienced. And it's been fantastic.
Yeah, and he's great on the set, because like we all just have a really, really good time as well. Yeah, but it's like, you know, it's really good. And also Chelsea, we did some acting with, we had a Helen and a man called Tony as well, doing some filming.
Terry.
I just Terry. Yeah, no, Terry.
And if anybody has any, we had somebody who has a small magazine, and they've contacted us. They're going to do a little story. So if any of you also have any publications or anything like that, or know anybody that could get some promotional stuff out there, please message me as well. So on to the next story.
Sorry, I was just going to say, when we were going to another shoot, and actually, I'll tell you what happened, right? So we did the filming, we had this full day booked to film. We had loads of actors, and we're doing different scenes in different places. And I went and I forgot my phone. I left my phone at home, and I only realised it enough away from home for me to go back again. And we were already, you know, we were on a time schedule. We had to go like pick Ruben up and stuff, and I forgot it, so I had to like contact everybody in any different way I could to find out, so then they can contact me in case there's any problems, because I was having to meet loads of people at loads of different times, and I forgot my phone, and that was the main way of them contacting me. So it was like a bit of a nightmare. Well, anyway, then I was on the phone and I was speaking to Terry.
My good friend Terry, who I can't remember his name.
No, I can't remember his name. I just, because I can picture the T, and I picture the 5 letters, and he came with Tony.
Tony hasn't got 5 letters in it.
Yeah, but in my brain it does.
Oh, right.
So I pictured that, and then I think even though it's Terry.
Yeah, it's definitely Terry.
No, I know it's Terry.
You know it's Terry now?
No, I knew it was Terry before.
But you called him Tony.
I know. I knew it was Terry. I remember speaking to him. I was on the phone, and them two was.
Do you remember the joke about the chocolate orange?
Yeah, I do. Terry chocolate orange.
Yeah. But what did you say? I wonder if he's got an orange.
No.
I can't remember what you said when we were going.
No, I think you just said, oh, Terry. You said Terry. So what? Terry chocolate orange.
He's probably never had that before.
He probably hasn't. But I was on the phone to him, and I can't remember what joke said. Oh, I said, oh, we could. He said, oh, how long have you been? I said, oh, we could be like 5 minutes. And I said, maybe 7. And then you walked up to, just started going on, saying, oh, it could be like, it could be 6. Oh no, it could actually be 8. And I was trying to shut you up because I couldn't stop laughing. He was probably thinking I was laughing at him.
No, well, you haven't explained that at all. If I was watching this, I wouldn't have a clue what you're talking about.
So
she's on about
Ruben.
She's on about Ruben was in the car, so she was in the back, yeah, and Terry rang her. So she forgets to mention when she told the story there was another member there. So she just
in my brain,
she's seen it, yeah, but you haven't. So they'll be watching the screen now, thinking, "What the hell is she going on about?"
I need to practice, because I am fully aware. I am.
So Ruben was in the passenger seat. I was driving. She was in the back talking to Terry, and the line was bad. And she says to Terry, she's going, he says, how long are you going to be? Obviously, we couldn't hear this one on loudspeaker. And she goes, 5 to 7 minutes. So I said, not 6. And so then Ruben started counting down. He goes going, well, it's 5:58 now. And I'm going 5:50. And we were just taking the mickey completely and laughing. And she's trying to keep a serious a serious conversation with somebody she's only met once for a very
like-
short period of time.
Exactly.
So she hasn't got that camaraderie with it or anything. So she's doing a serious, I'm a film director role and this is my actor. So
Well,
she's
I've got
going like
Ruben and I
this.
know hitting him like, shut up!
Yeah.
I'm like, Ruben, shut up! I can't stop laughing.
And then she goes, he's going to think I'm laughing at him.
Well, because I don't know Terry.
Tony.
I don't know him fully, so I was like, he's gonna think I'm laughing at him.
Gary doesn't have Instagram. so Gary Dean says,
You can always create an account.
yeah, you could, Gary. You just create an account to follow the film. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to look at anything else. Just follow us, so it looks like we've got.
And you know what you
follower.
can do? You can follow it and you can turn off your notifications because if I on my phone I don't want to be seen on notifications going constantly, so I just turn them off and then click on it and find them all there. So you just turn them off, couldn't you?
Gabby says, does the movie have a screenplay or outline of movie shots needed that a drone could get, or if not, that sort of movie, it is more like Goodbye and all indoor close-ups? No, this is a proper movie, Gabby. You know,
We've got inside,
you know,
outside
like-
drones.
yeah, there's all sorts. No, this
Special
is
effects,
going
everything.
to be on Amazon Prime, isn't it?
He's a proper real deal.
Hour and a half. Carl says it's a pity you couldn't have got the regulars on here as background scene. We offered, Carl. We did offer, and nobody came up on it. And Tracy says, good idea. It was a good idea, Tracy. We did it.
Well, you got an idea.
Yeah, it's our idea before Carl's.
That's why it's a good idea. Really cool, good ones.
And Nobby's
Yeah.
on. Evening,
Hello.
Nobby. Right, so on to the next story.
I just got to say, so basically, please, anybody, support the film because of also a big part of acting. If you get paid jobs, that counts you professionally. You don't have to be good, you just get paid. And it counts you professional. Obviously, my actors are really good, but like, you know, you get paid. So, for my
So, because
actors,
people have supported on the Just Giving page, we've been able to pay some towards the actors, basically.
and they can put it on their,
If you can get paid jobs, you can then get on Spotlight, which I don't know if people that don't know, Spotlight is like a directory for actors, and it's very difficult to get on because you can't get on Spotlight unless you've got some paid jobs, and don't get the paid jobs unless you're on Spotlight. So it's a catch-22. So if you can get paid jobs, you then get like a point system to get on Spotlight. And Matilda's on Spotlight because she's got an agent, but they're not easy to get either. There's a lot of obviously dodgy ones out there. Don't take your money and don't get any work, but she is with a reputable agent. And it's
also,
not always easy.
and also, you know, even then you have to go for loads of audition processes.
Yeah, but you
as well.
can get on Spotlight through an agency. But then
What I'm saying
again,
is you have to go to get into.
the agency has to be Spotlight registered, and it's not easy for them either.
So basically, like,
So it's really, so basically, it's really difficult. So we've paid our actors because we've been able to pay them something because people have supported us. But there's like the drone guy to pay. There's so much to pay for different things. So any support financially is obviously wonderful for
and
us.
also the other thing as well is like for example, it's just so many little things. Like for example, editing happens to be paid for. Like so many different things you have to pay for that you wouldn't think of. And I have a point, but I've forgotten it. And also, like, for example, it doesn't just help my career, but it helps their careers, as I was saying, the fact of paying, obviously dramatically helps my career, but it helps theirs, and also it shows a physical thing. They can say, look, I've acted inside this film, look, this is my acting, so I can do it. And, so also it shows for everybody else as well.
And that's another thing Anders has just put, will the movie be on DVD? And that's Anders, that's back to what we're saying. There's obviously the outlay. We'd love to put it on DVD, but you can't just buy 10. I think the minimum amount is that's worth doing is about 50, isn't it? So that's another thing, Anders, to get the money together, we'd be able to then put it out on DVD, and you probably put in that because you're in Sweden and worrying that you won't be able to get it, but surely you will on Prime. Yeah, you'll be able to get it, Anders.
And the other thing is,
unless you just want a physical DVD.
And
but
CD.
That's another thing that would need financing, and that's what I mean. Anybody that puts finance over a certain amount, so obviously somebody not sending £1, although if you're more than well happy with £1, they'll get the name on the titles at the end.
But even if, say, Prime or anything doesn't allow it, definitely See, I always want to say CD because that's what I'm programmed to say.
DVD.
I say it too much. DVD, that will obviously should be more our control, so that'll definitely at least get it on there.
Gabby says, pitch a sweet deal with Netflix. We could do. We're going to send it to everybody, Gabby, but we have got, we're thinking through a connection that's just advised us, basically. It will definitely be a sort of prime film that we could get on there. And then there's another one, it's ID something, or IDMB or something, they're thinking on. And also with Spotlights, you can put it on there as well. Dave says he'd be interested in a DVD. He says it's nice to have a physical disc, but if there was enough people, then it'd be worth doing. So we could do like we did with the CD on Bandcamp and prepay and see how many we get to, and then order them. So yeah, it's something Anders and Dave will look into. And William says, good job as an actor, don't let your success go to thy head. And why do loads of people say that to her, which we won't. And Mark's random curiosities, good evening.
Good evening.
So back to this story, which I've been trying to get out for about 10 minutes.
Anyway, moving on. I've got something to say.
So last week we were talking about fluffy dice, do you remember?
Yes, I do.
Things you used to have in
Was
the
that last
car.
week?
Yeah.
No, that was no.
Was it now?
It was my live stream cooking.
What does it matter?
No, it was not.
Don't be picky. What's happening now?
What's that?
And we started talking about fluffy dice and things, eyelashes on cars.
She's got a baby.
Who's got a baby?
It's not for a baby. It's on the baby. Anyway,
People do have babies. And Carl said that he used to have a car with Carl and Carol on the screen at the top, and he's managed to find it. There you go. Carl's Hillman, is it him? What's happening?
she's
now?
had a baby as well.
Oh God, how many babies is there?
Oh, he's got caught and everything.
I caught for a baby. Whatever next.
Oh yeah, I never got one.
I think you
So
got a baby.
wait, I know.
Where have I got that from?
Yeah, it's just appeared.
So that Hillman Hunter, not Hillman Him. So that is Carl's.
It's obviously a boy because it's all blue.
Well, the baby or the car?
No, baby.
Well, his car's blue as well. Look,
Well,
this
that's
is
obviously a baby. That's obviously a boy then, isn't it? Because it's blue.
This is Carl's moment.
Yeah, I know. Carl's obviously a boy because it's blue, but it could be female.
Have you still got the car,
It's
Carl?
a bit. It could be female though. No, it's boy.
Have you still got it?
Well, I would have thought.
What's the matter now?
I'm just reading.
All right. So thanks for that, Carl.
Mhm.
Thanks for sending in. We've had a few people sending news stories. Which one are you doing next? Oh, Carol. Carl's put no car, no Carol. Tracy had already put, are you still with Carol?
I think did he say about Carol?
Nobby says, just had a video of our North Yorkshire Dales, Arncliffe, Grassington, Kilsey, Mellon on my channel. Just did a video of our North Yorkshire Dales, Arncliffe. I'll have to have a look at that. There, Tracy says, that's funny, Carl. Right, which one are you doing? That's Anders, is that? Do you want me to do that?
Yeah, sure.
Because it's quite a difficult one for you, for reading. Do you want to do Anders next?
You.
Yeah, do you want to do that next though? So this is sent in by Anders, who's one of our members. And he says 50 years ago in the deepest, darkest corners of the Stockholm metro network, the Silver Arrow ghost train first took to the tracks, and ever since it's terrified locals. The 8-car train has been built as a testing unit in the 1960s. It was never painted, so it stood out. Also, it was designed slightly different to the others, with a door sliding open on the outside. The train was at times used as a backup for commuters. But what's not But that's not what made it freaky to local Swedes. Some people reported spooky sightings of the Silver Arrow on unused lines, even at times picking up passengers. According to urban legend, anyone who stepped on board was lucky to step off again. Some passengers claimed to have been lost in time and arrived at their stops months later, but they were lucky compared to the ones who were said to have been dropped off at an abandoned station called Kimlinge, never to be seen again. Kimlinge had been built to service an area that was scheduled for economic redevelopment. However, it never materialised to remain closed. It always looked ghostly due to being unadorned and free from signs or ads. A popular local saying was, "Only the dead get off at Kimlinge." The Silver Arrow is only ever seen after midnight. It stops only once every year. The passengers in the train seem to be living dead with expressionless, vacant looks. A very common detail is that a person who just wanted to travel to the next station remained seated for 1 week in the Silver Arrow. Many girls dare not enter trains which they believe could be the Silver Arrow. The train was occasionally used until 1996, and then its cars were split. They were placed around the country, with parts of one of the carriages used as the Stockholm Police Academy for training. Another is located at the train manufacturer's headquarters at Hägglunds. Where the rest of it sits is not known, and to this day, locals remain haunted by the legends of the Silver Arrow.
But will they just sit on the train for a week and then, like, I don't get it.
Well, it's because it's like something wrong with it, some sort of spooky thing with it.
Yeah, but, like, did they notice that there was
No, they
something
said it was
every
like a
week?
time thing.
So they
So
got
they
off
didn't know.
and then it was
Yeah.
a week.
And then they'd
Were they
know from when they
hungry?
got home. Well, I don't know. I didn't go into too much. Well, they're probably going back to the family and saying, "Where have you been?"
Well, if
Things
they're going
like
away
that.
for a week,
Oh,
hopefully
at the
they'll be,
time.
like, getting police involved. No, I suppose they have.
Yeah, well, we won't get the. If Billy didn't come back for 2 days, we won't get the police
Week.
involved, will we? Yeah, but different things. I'm only saying. I've only read what I've read.
I'm just saying, you know, like,
Well, if some people would be not be missed for a week.
like, if you got-
There's been people that have died in houses and the family have found them like 3 years later.
yeah, but that's
It's not
like,
because you know me and I know you and we,
Yeah, but
we know.
you don't know this person hasn't got a family who's going to look for them.
Well, they
do
might
you?
have. I can't do the
But
whole.
what about,
Yeah, the story would be a book, wouldn't it? You just sent
but
it in as
what
a simple
about,
thing.
what about the fact of that, if it's living like dead, when you get on the train, wouldn't you notice, like,
No, they were
person's
said
a bit-
that the people getting off were like that. It's not a book, is it? He sent in a simple story to read. You can look
So where
it
does
up.
the train go?
Well, you can look it up, can't you? So you've shown them the picture, and it's called the Silver Arrow, and it's in Sweden. So anybody that's interested in the story can look up the whole thing, can't they?
Dodgy if you ask me.
Well, I'm not getting on it. There you go.
And I've shown a picture.
All right. But anyway, Anders, sorry about that. Thanks for sending it in.
Yes, it's very interesting.
It's a very interesting story.
and very shocking.
And I think she's going to look more up about it when the news finishes, clearly. So thank you for that, Anders, you're a star. And thank you, Cal, for sending that in as well.
This is like, wow.
She's going to have to finish now and go read Anders' stories. As you can see, I didn't tell her about that, Anders. She's been very busy with other stories, as you will
so
see.
busy.
To be fair, she has been very busy.
Now, in China, I was going to say everybody knows what China is, but my geography is.
Which is next door. I think it's near Lancaster.
Well, it's like Italy, isn't it? It's just down and then turn left. It is though, isn't it? You just got to be careful. You got to go fully down, because if you turn left too soon, you know, you could be going to Germany or something like that. So you got to be careful where you go. Now, there's this dam inside China, and it's quite an interesting thing, because is it like the biggest dam?
Yes, it's the biggest. It's the biggest concrete made. It's the biggest dam, and it's the biggest concrete made structure in the world.
It's the biggest concrete structure made inside the world, and I'll just find out where it was made. Let me just find out. Where does it say about the concrete? It's your handwriting, is this?
No, that's not yours. That's mine. That's yours.
Yeah, but I want to read that.
Well, I shall read this.
Well,
This is to
I
help.
wanted to do that bit.
Well, you can't, because it's in my writing. And you
Yeah, I
can't
know,
read
and I
it.
can't because
Well,
it's
you'll
your
have to
writing.
carry on with this bit.
But I need that bit to continue on this bit.
No, you don't. No, you
I
can read
do.
that, right? Go on then. That's about the dolphins up there.
Yeah, but where's the concrete bit? I saw you writing it down.
And this is the concrete bit.
Oh, that's the wrong page. Okay. Right. It got 6 million, billion is billion, billion.
6 billion
6 billion
gallons of concrete.
gallons of concrete. How much do you get inside a wagon?
Oh, in gallons. Oh God. I always think of it in tons. So, a wagon is about 10 to 20 tons of concrete, isn't it? So, gallons in a ton. God, you've asked me there.
Anyway, and it took 465. What's that say? Is that tons there? That's tons, isn't it?
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, 465 tons of
463,000 tons of steel.
Which isn't it equivalent to like about 60 Eiffel Towers?
Yeah.
So we're dealing with 60 Eiffel Towers here, right?
Oh God, there are 239 gallons in a ton. So divide 6 billion by that. It's a lot of concrete. it's come up as a lot when I've divided it.
And it's got 32. Is that
huge? 32 generators, and this is unbelievable. Guess how much? We'll do a guess thing. Guess how much, without googling, a generator weighs in tons. You just won't believe it. So go back to that.
Yeah, but you're saying generator, you might just get one of those little ones.
You wouldn't be able to get this from Lidl, honestly. I just can't believe that the generator in itself is a monster, and there's 32 of them. So how many tons for one generator?
It's
Don't
got
Google
two,
it.
What's it got? 2 small.
And then it's got 2 small turbines as well. It didn't mention why it's got an extra 2.
And what's this one?
And it's enough electric for
Oh, yeah.
60 million people.
And this reservoir, the
Reservoir.
is 405 miles, which is like
Square miles.
which is like England.
It's over the size of England
Yeah,
in a reservoir.
yeah.
It's just you can't
It's a lot of
fathom
water.
it. That's it there, what they've built.
Not the best picture, but you basically think of reservoir and you'll thought of it. It's basically going to be, and then it took. Now, when they built it, they had to actually move 1 million people. Like, they had to just get rid of them, like make them leave the homes, because of this.
They flooded it. They flooded thousands of towns and even cities, full cities. They flooded.
And then it millions.
They were forced to relocate, and there were 42. There's 42 billion tons of water in the reservoir.
So basically, what I'm saying is, it's a big structure and it's got a lot of water in it. Now, because of it's such a big structure and you've got all this concrete in one place and you've got the metal and you've heightened the water. I think the water's been heightened by, because of, reservoirs like higher there and then on there. It's been heightened by 5 foot, which might not sound a lot when you're saying it, but think about the fact of it's the size of England, a mile of water. It actually, because this is the biggest river, isn't it the 3rd biggest river inside the world?
Yeah, but the biggest river in China.
The biggest river in China. Now, this river has all the main, like really cities and loads of cities along it. And if this dam broke, it would actually destroy all those cities.
All the big cities would be destroyed by
destroy
it.
all of them. So imagine all those millions and millions of people. Now, not only if it broke, it would, kill those people. And also you might feel, well, why is it going to break? Well, it's actually, it started getting built in 2004. It was actually thought of by somebody in 1919, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's thought of...
So it was thought of like a long time ago. I actually started construction in 2004 and it took 17 years to build. And it actually has cracks in it at the moment. And according to the, when you look at the sky and you can look down on the map, it has actually basically bent a bit.
And they turned around and they said it's bent. So you're talking about this structure, which is obviously the biggest in the world. It's absolutely humongous. You can't even imagine it. And the scientists have said they're concerned because it's started to get a bend in it. And if this goes, it would be catastrophic for the whole of the world, basically. This dam is so important, what they've done with it. And the people that built the dam, or the government said, well, it's got a little bit of a bend in it, but they've sort of over-exaggerated it with Google. And I thought, well, hang on a minute, it's still got a bend. It's
not really been up that much. It's not really been up that long.
No, it's not at all.
If you built, we've got bridges which are hundreds of years old, and they're fine, aren't they? But
yeah,
you're looking at a dam that's not up that long.
When Billy did, because I don't know, for people who don't know about concrete and water and stuff like that, which I didn't know how much pressure they put on it. When Billy did the thing for the Play, whatever the place is called down there. He did a community thing, and he had to build this concrete structure. There were 13 tons of concrete, and he had to build a frame for it out of plywood, and he managed it. And the man that was a specialist in concrete said, you cannot build a plywood frame for 13 tons of concrete. He said, because the pressure of the movement of it just in that, he says, is unbelievable. Anyway, Billy, being Billy and highly intelligent and brilliant at that sort of thing, did do it. So I'm not saying the man was wrong, but Billy, you know, when the man came with the concrete, when he came with the wagon, he says, I can't believe that he's got that held it, because even with 13 tons with the movement, so that's what I mean, that size, and you're looking at how much is it that they were looking at? 6 billion gallons. So, and then you've got the water. It's just
Doesn't
the pressure on. So what I'm saying is,
a bit water. Doesn't concrete take water in?
I saw another documentary when I was reading about it, and they said that concrete and because obviously even with 13 tons, Billy had to put metal rods all down it. You would have thought you just poured it in, you know, and it's set and it was fine. But you didn't. You had to put metal rods, and you have to temp it as well to get the air out, and there's obviously all that movement. They said that some of the concrete they thought was substandard. So there's people saying it's moving, but they're saying the government's covering it up, saying, oh, no, it's not.
But now there's a big point to it. People say it's conspiracy theories, but NASA's actually said no, it isn't. Because of it's actually changing the Earth's rotation.
That's a terrifying thing.
So that's a really terrifying thing, because of not only is it just gonna, you know, it's not like it's affecting everybody. Then I just let Mother go. It's actually affecting everybody. I'm just gonna shut it off. Hold on. So it's actually affecting everybody then, because you know everybody's inside the world, so it's going to affect everybody. So it's actually changed the world's rotation. So now, I don't know if it's going faster or slower. I think it's going faster, because the world's rotation is, you know, 24 hours. Well, actually, they're saying it's taking off like 0.1 of a second, but it's like actually changed. That's like a dramatic thing for that to happen, for it to change that much. And they're saying inside the future, you know, a bit down further line, you could be looking at 23 hours and 59 minutes and 59 seconds. I think I said that right. So basically it's going to go down to a second. So you're actually taking away, I don't know if it's taking it, it must be taken away, because that's why I would say that. Mother will tell you correctly. It's taken away. Let me just find out. I'm positive it's taken away. But that's pretty unbelievable, the fact it's actually changing, because the fact they've got all this metal and they've got all this concrete and they've got the water. If you think about the moon, you know, moves the water and stuff, and then you've got all this water just inside like one place. It's just unbelievable, the fact of it's actually changing the world's rotation for this dam, which this dam is just like providing electricity. And the dam is supposed to also help from flooding, and because other places got flooded a bit before, but it doesn't really help flooding if it breaks and actually does a whole lot more flooding, because if you just had the water as a river and it was just going through, it's only going to affect the places. They're going to know really where it's going to flood up to, and it's going to flood, you know, and it's not going to go too far. But if you've got all this water held up, and then you suddenly let it all go, it's obviously just going to rush and go dramatic. So it's, you know, we're looking at miles and hundreds of miles down the stream, and it's still going to affect it all, because it's such a dramatic amount of water. Now, another point is they had a river dolphin inside the river. Now, I've never actually told what the river's called. What's the river called?
Yangtze.
Yangtze River. This is Yangtze River. They had this dolphin, and the dolphin is actually got extinct due to a few reasons, mainly the fact of, like, for example, the fishing, but the main one is the fact of all these dams, because of it's changed the water temperature for them, and also they can't get through because of a dam, so the dam's in the way. And I
think it's absolutely terrible.
It's terrible because of, you know, we're supposed to protect the animals.
It's overfishing. The dolphin's been extinct for. They reckon they can't confirm it, because there has been sightings, but not anything where people have photographed. But in about, I can't remember the year, but recently, like 2016 or something, they surveyed 3,200 square kilometres. So obviously that's a large area, and they had sonar cameras, sight people with binoculars, so they had like manual stuff and electronic stuff and computerized stuff. They basically had everything on the ship, and I think they went out for 3 weeks or 3 months. It was a long length of time. I think it was 3 months, and they found nothing. not one
Yeah.
dolphin. So they're presuming that they are extinct, and it's down to industrialization, greed, isn't it?
But when you're looking at, the river, every, thing is all built up to the top of, the buildings are all built right to the edge. And even the ones that do have land, it's having the tilts all coming into it as well and affecting the water. And the waters, they also have a lot of pollution inside of it, unfiltered pollution as well. So basically it's all, and also the dam obviously, it's killed the animal.
Every single year they pump 16 billion cubic meters of waste water into it.
They also, I think I don't know if it was bottlenose dolphins, but I think their salt was. So I can't remember what it was, but I think it was ones that did have bottlenose. And they also got killed in there. But this type of dolphin is from like, what do you call it when they've got loads of different ancestors, species of things. And because of that was like sort of the last one of its kind. And not only its kind, but like the whole species and everything. It's actually the full species of
Because even though they're a dolphin, they're not related to the same as a dolphin that we know of.
Yeah,
they're a different. I mean,
and
it's
also
not like scientist stuff, but it's different.
Because they started putting so many ships on there and stuff, because of, for example, this big dam made it more possible for loads more ships, and had this like big thing where the dam has a lift where these massive big ships can go up and down. It only takes 30 minutes. As well as that, obviously the propellers have been hurting them, and also the thing is, all this noise is going on. They speak in echo, so that's got to affect it, hasn't it?
Well, it's killed them all.
Exactly, yeah.
And according to NASA, it's slowing the Earth's rotation. I mean, they're ruining it for everybody, aren't they?
Exactly. I didn't know what it was. I was just saying then, is it taking away or adding? I can't remember.
It says it go to 59 second minutes, so it's taken away. So
it's actually taken away from your life, isn't it?
No, but it's the seasons, isn't it? So it's killing everything, isn't it?
Well, that's...
And the other thing is as well, if China does it, what's to stop anybody else from doing it? And then you could have it that these just are so mixed up, couldn't you?
We're literally messing up all your seasons. We could be looking at winter and summer. Actually, quite useful because we have more winter than summer. No, obviously I'm joking. I don't want that to happen, but,
I just think they must have known that the dolphins were dying, and then they just carried on.
Well, I think it was
actually...
Didn't
they greedy? I think it's...
I think before they already had a few problems with them, the fact of the pollution, the fishing, getting caught in nets, and they did that as well. It's just they've just
greed,
and also it's changed temperature.
And this
them,
obsession of living in all so close together. Why did they need to all live there? Why couldn't they just potter about places? So anyway, it's just not good, is it? I'd have to go. Well, I bet we'll have loads of messages. I haven't got back record for safety. I won't want to live. Aha, right. I'll just go back to God. There's loads I've missed. I like you. Nope. Gary says spooky about the thing, but we've got William's a member.
Thank you, William. Thank you very
William.
much. Well done.
We have some wonderful members, don't we?
We do have some
absolutely. You'll
members.
love them. They're all friendly. They're all helpful.
All the members we have now are very wonderful. And
So welcome, William.
Yes, welcome, and thank you very much for joining.
That's really exciting. That's really exciting news.
Indeed. It is. So thank you very much for doing that.
Nobby says a complicated story. This one. Anders says you are welcome. 50 Thunder is late. How's it going? Well, you'll have to see now.
To be fair, I was like 4 minutes late myself, but I had a few problems. So.
Well, like you don't know 50 Thunder, hasn't.
I mean, then again, you won't fall. But yeah, I suppose, you could.
Carl says a lorry is about 13 tonnes, so only about 10 tonnes. Oh, it would be overweight.
Well, thank you again for the membership. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're a star, William.
Yes,
thank you very
thank
much.
You.
Mark's random curator says, damn, that's a big dam. John says, who cares? I do. Nobby says the Three Gorges Dam breaks every year. One year it'll be a disaster. Well, that's what they were saying, that they're having to repair it.
And the thing is, even
Carl says, good old Billy.
But the thing is also as well, if, whatever happens, if they do need to repair it or think, right, we're going to have to take this down, then it's going to...
Well, they can't take it down.
Exactly.
There's no way down.
But it's just, I just don't really also understand the point, because yes, it doesn't even I think he's actually still made flooding. He hasn't changed the flooding.
Gary says Chinese haven't got a track record for safety in industry. I wouldn't want to live near it. I wouldn't be able to sleep, Gary. I'd be terrified. thinking that it could be any day you would just get flooded away. I suppose if you're in your sleep, it would be better. Imagine being awake and knowing it's coming.
Yeah, but I suppose you'll wake up and then you'll still go through the trauma of drowning, won't you?
And Nobby says the extinction of the badger dolphin and a decline in the population of the Siberian crane. And there was another fish as well that they've lost. Nobby says displacements of at least 1.3 million people who were forced to relocate to new homes. They were. You couldn't count the amount they were going on about it when we were researching it. And they're going like 1,300 towns, so-and-so thousand villages, and even
Cities.
Whole cities.
But I just don't understand the point, you know.
But why did I can't understand why they didn't all go mad about it. Just all having to leave the house.
You think that many people, if they just all joined together.
Good evening, Van Transit. Nobby says the dam's structural integrity has been questioned with concerns about its ability to withstand earthquakes and other natural disasters.
That's your thing. It has also, for animals, it has been making a lot of earthquakes and landslides.
Chris is on.
Hello, Chris.
Nobby says changes in water quality. The dams and reservoirs have been affected by pollution, including wastewater and sedimentation, loss of biodiversity. The dam has caused the loss of biodiversity in the region, including the extinction of several species. The dam has altered the sedimentation patterns in the Yangtze River, which had a negative impact on the river's ecosystem. Yeah, they're saying about because they're over farming it as well, because there's so many people in the area, because there's too many people in the area, basically. They've cut down all the trees to grow more, and all the soil is running off and putting silt into the reservoir, which was into the river, which was another reason the dolphins couldn't cope as well. And I read about that. Nobby says the Three Gorges Dam is a significant engineering feat that has brought potential disasters. Thank you, 50 Thunderer.
Thank you very much.
Happy Star Wars Day.
Oh, yeah.
You're a superstar. Thank you very much indeed.
Yes, thank you very much for that. Very much appreciated. Thank you.
It's really, really... And Dave.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dave. You're a superstar. Thank you
yes,
so
indeed.
much. So thank you, all of you. Thank you, William, for joining. Thank you, 50th Thunderer. And thank you, Dave. You're an absolute superstar.
It'll just go towards so much. So
thank you so much
for doing that. Thank you. Very much appreciated.
Gary says they would have saved the dolphin if they eat it. They eat all sorts of... Oh, God, don't
Well,
Gary.
actually, the
dolphin...
dolphin used to be... Actually, that particular dolphin used to be a bit like a I don't know how to word it, but
delicacy.
But like the sort of... not worship, basically.
Worship.
No, I don't know whether it was worship. Basically, it was a bit like an angel. I don't know. It was something that they looked up to in their I don't remember the words of it, or how you would word it, but it was like, they appreciated the animal. Like for example, Egyptians look at cats. That sort of thing, basically. And then they've just gone and done that. So
I just feel sick. Rob says, I'll put money in. I'm 66. I have no idea how to send my details, and I'll get it sorted. And I've got a parcel for Matilda. Where do I send it to? We can't really put anything because unfortunately Matilda had
do talk.
So we've been advised by the police we can't give any details of anything, not saying that you would rob in any way, shape or form, but we can't give any details out, unfortunately.
I am going to
we didn't give any details out, and he managed to find out where we lived, so we just at the moment, and without saying too much because she's sort of like under police protection, I suppose.
Oh, I had loads. I was like, and my own security and everything.
Without saying too much, Matilda, we've been advised that we're not allowed to give anything out, certainly for the foreseeable future. So really sorry about that, Rob. But if you do want to donate to the channel, you can give thanks or anything like that, and buy me a coffee, which I'll get the link. Buy me a coffee is really, really helpful.
And also the donation to the film as well is really important. Yes.
I'll just have to go.
You going in?
I can't because it's gone off connection and I can only get it out there, and then it'll stay on for a bit, so it's not connected. Sorry about this. I'll just go get it.
Right. So yeah, I'm sure people have just shared their opinions about the dam, what people think of it, about the fact of it's changing day by 2 point. Oh, hang on a minute. It says a bit about the time then. Just let me read. Just give me a second to read this. So it might be an interesting fact. No, there was... Oh, here we go. Hang on.
Manage
Our
without me.
everyday objects are alive planet Earth, but it could. I think that bit was quite interesting. I think it's about the second thing, but it might just show a few more facts about it.
It says the effect is negligible, I can't say that word, to our everyday perception of life on planet Earth, but it could lead to confusion for super accurate timekeeping devices like atomic clocks. The ensuing problem has led some scientists to argue that the world will need to account for a negative leap second, i.e. a minute with just 59 seconds within the next decade. It's absolutely frightening, isn't it?
So,
it really is.
Wait, is this second every day?
Well, that's what it's saying, every minute.
Every minute?
Well, that's what it's saying there,
Wait,
yeah.
we're going to go down to 56 minutes in a second?
59 minutes.
59 minutes.
In a minute. 59 seconds in a minute.
So if you have...
I'm just trying to
how
buy
many
me a
minutes?
coffee,
Wait,
so I can't really concentrate.
So how many seconds are you taking off your day?
Oh, God, well, 60 minutes in an hour, isn't there? So that would be 60 seconds per hour.
You've got 24 hours in a...
So it'd be 600, 1,200, 1,200, I'm trying to work this out, 1,200, 1,440, roughly in the top of my
So
head.
how much is it? How many minutes is
I can't work that out. And I'm trying to log in to buy me a coffee to send the link.
What's 1 minute? What's it?
So it's quite a lot again.
Yeah,
I googled it and it says a lot.
Just get onto the math, get a
I
calculator.
can't. I've just done that in my head and I'm trying to get on by
Yeah,
me
but
a coffee.
I'd like to know how many minutes of my day's going, because I often think, like, for example, if I got an event or something.
What's happening now? What's going on? We should have turned the car around. What is going on?
So then, but if you're,
We should just put a live up on our street. We wouldn't have to do the news. They could just all watch.
I've got you. I mean, for example, if I go to a group, right, we have a day out or something. And we're
Yeah,
like,
because
we've
of the
got 2 hours
Chinese.
day.
You've missed
Exactly.
it. Yes.
Well,
because
I mean,
of the
if
Chinese.
I go on a residential, right, I think in my head, I've only got that amount of hours left. Especially on the last day of a residential, you think, I've only got, like 3 hours left. Well, I could be looking at even less.
Yeah, because they've built that dam. They've ruined your residential, basically. Yeah, that's you right.
But have they taken away from my
They're not
life or
adding
not?
to it. Yes.
But yeah, have they taken away in the fact? I suppose they have. I suppose they would, because you think, well.
So while she's wittering, anybody, Rob,
it's
if you buy me a
ridiculous,
coffee
isn't it?
link, I've put it on. So that is obviously when you were saying about the details of membership. If you can't manage it or you're struggling, the buy me a coffee link's there. Cal says he'll never get his pension.
Would it come faster?
You're taking it off. Yes, it's going to come faster, Cal.
You're going to
Get it
benefits.
back. The way the Chinese are going, you probably get it by next week.
But then you put me up to enjoy it for that long.
Yeah, you won't be able to enjoy it because they've knackered the world.
It's like,
Kerry says he won't be able to cope to do his time his boiled eggs.
well, everything's gonna, time is just such a, of this, I often panic thinking, I haven't got much, left. I'm like having to, I've got so much to do inside one life, and I'm thinking, I honestly do. I panic thinking I've got so much to do, and then I'm gonna get it taken away from me. I'm like, seriously.
Nobby says, so I'm 62 years. Mine is a second younger than getting younger every day. The dam they build. Carl's 62. Rob's going to get membership sorted. Well done, Rob. Oh, gee. You couldn't make it up, could you?
I'm just fuming.
That's a Chinese face, unbelievable. I'm fuming. And the other thing, which I'm not going to go on here because it got. What's going on there?
It's just next on there. They're trying to get into the door, and they've been there this whole entire time.
Isn't that a holiday let?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's mad.
No, I don't think so. What are you? I don't think it is. But
Cal says, will Olympic records be affected? You could do Mr. Potato Head.
but
Get a second knocked off.
But yeah.
Will you stop knocking me and just say it?
No, I wasn't. Right, that's one done. Have you read that one?
No. It's sort of like pales into insignificance after our damn one. Right. Do you want me to do this one? There you go. So a Bournemouth resident drove
Oh
into...
no, I know this one.
Oh, sorry. Take it back. Forget that. Take that out of your mind that I've even spoken.
Right, it's this guy.
In his Jeep Cherokee.
He said he went to turn round, but it's a bit dodgy.
Bless him.
He got stuck inside the beach, right? So that's his car, and he's got it stuck, and I would presume he's the guy inside the shorts. and because he took somebody on a date for the first time, and he took him to the beach.
He wanted to find a romantic spot, and he got stuck.
They didn't go back on. They didn't go out again together again. She must have, she didn't go out again probably because of this. Because he actually, right. So what happened was he obviously got it stuck. He tried to get it out and dramatically failed. And it actually had, I don't know why, but this car had sand mode on it, which I just don't understand why a car would be built in with sand mode.
For idiots like that.
But it clearly doesn't work, does it? Get it stuck. But like, who's gonna? Why would you have sand mode? Like, seriously. So apparently sand mode was on, and he still couldn't get it out. And what happened was he said, have a fee of £200 and we'll get it off for you.
That was the council were going to charge him £200.
To get it off, though?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he refused to pay it. But the thing is, what does he expect them to do it for free?
Well, obviously.
He's gone on to...
Billy would have easily got him out for £200.
I know beach, everybody's allowed on it and stuff.
If it's a bit of a drive to Bournemouth.
But you can't just, park loads of vehicles on there and leave them. I know Billy would...
Says as who's got a video of Vera going on the beach.
Yeah, but
we went on a beach in Ireland.
Yeah, that's fine. You're allowed to go on it, but you can't just leave your car there. What I'm saying is...
He got stuck. He's not just left it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he's not allowed to just leave it there, but so he's going to have to get it out, and then he's just, what's he expecting it to get out for free? And so, because if somebody said, they've said, we'll pay £200 and we'll get it off for you, which doesn't seem too bad, because you think about if you've got a recovery vehicle, and then he's refusing to pay it.
Well, I would if I was stuck on a beach and somebody came to me and said, I'll give you £200, because one, I'd be worried about the
tide.
The tide.
Unless
it has a tide mode.
Which even that will...
What's happening over there?
Oh, no,
They've got in. Well done. It's taken about 10 minutes to get in one house. But the other thing is as well, these people that complain about the amounts and that, if you went on that beach to try and get him off and you got stuck, yeah, for example, or your vehicle was there, then they don't allow in that for the money, do they? Do you know what I mean? You've got a risk, haven't you, going on a beach to pull a vehicle off?
The first half of that didn't digest.
Well, they've got to cover themselves, haven't they? Anybody pulling somebody off a beach, it's got to get in case something went wrong, couldn't it? Anything could go wrong.
Oh yeah, because to me it doesn't seem bad. £200.
I don't think it seems bad. £200.
Do you think about it? When we broke down, it cost us an absolute fortune, and that wasn't on a beach.
And the RAC completely ripped us off. Don't go with the RAC, anybody.
So it's like, it doesn't seem bad to me. So I don't see why he's not just paid it.
RAC, when I was a member. I had a membership and it was 10 miles, but we broke down. I think it was something like, it was about 20 miles from home. So we got the first 10 miles for free. The man was coming back our way, and for 10 miles he charged us 175 quid, didn't they? And even the mechanic, rang them back twice and said, this just can't be right. £175 for 10 miles, bearing in mind the £2 a mile, aren't they, breakdown services? Some are £1 a mile. There's one in Lancaster that's £1 a mile, so a £2, and they charge £175 for 10 miles.
Wow. You're going to better go with somebody else.
So putting that into perspective, if you're stuck in the beach and they've got to come out, especially, and you're not a member, I was already a member, paying them a monthly amount.
Haven't they?
Yeah. It's £200 is no. You won't get the RAC doing it for that, would you? If at all.
No, because they'd say, "Oh no, I'm going on the beach." So to me, I just don't see why you didn't pay it. But anyway,
Tracy says you shouldn't take a car on the beach. We didn't, Tracy. We took a wagon.
Different. And it had a special road to get on and everything.
Gary says nothing romantic about them shorts.
Well, he says he wants to be anonymous.
Tracy says at least he wasn't Morecambe.
He wanted to be anonymous.
Say the word what he wanted to be. This will be a good one.
He says I just need a jack or a mat underneath for some. You read it. Well,
I thought this was one that you knew.
Well,
I didn't want to pay £200 to get it removed, so I've been trying everything to get it out myself. I just need a jack or a mat underneath for grip. The Echo, A lifeguard and a beachgoer helped push the car free, but the underside was too wedged in the sand. The love-struck driver, who seemed in good spirits despite everything, said he was asked to move his car by midday by the council. It's like he's, you know, not moving it, innit? You know, move it by midday. Like he's saying, I'm not moving my car. Like, not the fact that he's stuck and he can't move it. But he did bag himself a second date.
No,
sorry,
I
read it wrong. But did he bag himself a second date? She left, the chemistry probably wasn't there, and this has probably happened for a reason.
Which is probably for your tight.
You probably thought, you absolute idiot. We'll be same with you.
I thought, you an idiot?
Yeah.
And you're
your
too
car's
tight.
crap.
You're too tight to pay £200.
Yeah.
And if you haven't got the money, then, you know, like, you know. So, like...
You wear pink shorts.
Yeah.
So all in all, the answer's no. And now, and not only that, I'm going to be all over Facebook and everything with people laughing at you.
Well, actually, she might just not liked him, and she probably thought, God, this is a good excuse.
Yeah, she probably didn't like him. And then he's going, should I go down this really tarmac safe road? And she's going, no, go on the beach. Well, it might get stuck. It's got sand mode. I'll wait until it gets stuck.
No, she got a piece of tape and just stuck it on.
Yeah, stuck sand mode. I never noticed that knob. It looks handwritten. No, it's not.
No, just
That's sand mode.
How did I go over that one?
Tracy says she wasn't in a public busy beach. Anders says, I've had a Jeep Grand Cherokee, but I've never managed to get stuck. Has yours got a sand mode on it, Anders?
It doesn't matter if it does, because it clearly don't work.
Ah, 50 Thunder!
Thank you. Thank you very much.
He says we're
Thank
awesome.
you.
Just thought I'd mention it. You're a superstar. Thank you, and you're awesome too.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It's obviously so great for the channel.
Indeed. Literally any penny.
Yes, if there's a penny one, anybody, it all adds up.
It does. Oh, that's...
Mark, random curiosities, said he could deflate his tyres. That might help on the sand.
Not when he gets off.
We got Vera stuck, didn't we? We didn't get Vera stuck at all. Vera was stuck because it had been parked up years ago, so I don't think I get vehicles stuck, because I don't. And Billy jacked it up, didn't he, and put stuff under the wheels.
I mean, really?
But he should have a jack in his vehicle. Or is it one of these newfound ones that they don't have jacks?
Now.
I wear shorts.
Anyway, but like, I mean, he could just get a jack, pay £200 for a jack, hadn't he? And then he's like, you don't have to pay.
Yeah, but where does he think this jack's coming from? Because he's saying to the paper, oh, I need a jack. Why is he not going off and getting one?
He's one of those people that thinks, you know, everything should just come to him on a silver plate.
That's clearly not.
I mean, I know I'm being a bit, but you know,
Tracy says pick the penny up then. Right, is that everything?
The penny, Tracy, it's just, you know, it's just there so I can walk past and think, oh, I've still got a penny in the bank. Less chance of me getting stolen there than it is anyway. I thought I'd say that. You got anything else?
Oh, I think I've got something. Hang on. Just keep on talking. Keep on looking round. I did have... Can't find it. I thought I did. Just keep on looking round and chatting.
Oh, I have. So, I have this YouTube account, right? And they have a music account, which is MRW Music Official. So please do give me a follow, because it's got me loads of music on there. And I do also have another account, which it's called Matilda River Walden, probably. And I have done loads of bits on there before, but I think I might do some more on there, but I might do it to do with horses. Now, I know, like, obviously, I suppose it's a bit of a horsey account. I think I'm going to do it just because I'd like to document my horse journey. And also, like, say if I got a horse, I would like an account already set up for the horse. So, I think I might put it as a horse account. I always had the account as if I just say I wanted a video, I was not too sure where to put it, I'll just put it on that account. Well, I think I might just do it as a horse account. So, I'm going to show you it after Mother's done her things, and I'll show you the two accounts, which you can go give a follow.
So this was sent in by Dave, and it says, because we do a lot about cash, as you will all know, that in the future, the shops could be forced to take cash, which is obviously fantastic news. And it says that some MPs are trying to push this. A Treasury Committee report into cash acceptance stopped short of recommending a change in the law, but said the government had to improve its monitoring of the issue. There may come a time in the future where it becomes necessary for HM Treasury to mandate cash acceptance. That's brilliant news, isn't it? If appropriate safeguards have not been implemented for those who need physical cash. Some countries, such as Australia or parts of the EU, are planning requirements to accept cash for essential services in some circumstances. So that'll be really good, won't it?
Really, really good. It will be. It's just, you know,
And a few of them are pushing it, which is brilliant. So yeah, that was sent in. So we've had 3 people send in stories this week. So thank you very much to the 3 people that sent them in.
Yes, indeed. And, you know, it's just really important the fact that they are pushing the cash and, you know, keeping it. Because, like, for example, all my friends, which are obviously really younger generation, literally we all use cash. Which is great when we're out because I'm like, you know, look at us.
It says the Treasury said the government was committed to seeing 350 banking hubs in place. I think also banks should be forced to have a physical bank.
Yeah, because the banks are
like
getting
Barclays. It's disgusting. They've come here on our lane is not council. The council don't have to look after it basically, and they've got the Barclays have put one of these daft hubs in instead of banks, so you can't pay cash in or anything like that. And the amount of people are that lazy, they'll drive up and park the car and drive off, and the lane's already dipping. It's, you know, well, the bin lorry can't even come up because it's that badly done. And I thought Barclays made 7.3 billion last year. They're not going to pay for that road. I think it's disgusting. So I think the bank should be forced to have a place, a bank. Like a bank, like they did. They should have this place that's like a bank. It's disgusting. Like, you know. They're all just getting away with it, aren't they? I mean, in Lancaster, there's Yorkshire Bank left. Santander, they said they were leaving. The Skipton Building Society. I think there's only there's an NatWest, I think, as well. Barclays have gone. And
yeah, Barclays were usually the one you usually see the most, weren't they? Like,
they were the first to start going, though, weren't they?
Yeah. So yeah. Give me a sec. Right, so this is my music account. So that's that. So go have a look at it. Go hit it, follow, go watch the videos. I'm sure you'll enjoy them all. So that's the music account. And then... there we go. There is the horsey account. So I've already posted 2 horsey videos on there. This one was really funny, right? Because it's like, I did this little joke thing about the fact that I'm chatting to midnight. But it was like, I found this new setting on Instagram where you can like speed it up, but it makes like a really funny noise when you do it. So when I made it, I was like, because I was trying to work out a setting and I did it. And I was like, and I just, because I needed a video just to like load to work it out. And I just did that video and then I pressed that button and I was just laughing to myself because it made such a funny noise and makes it look so funny. So you have to go on the account to see what's so funny about it. But it's just like really, really funny what it did.
Little things.
It was. And so I want to do that as well because of like so if I go down to the yard and stuff, I'll make a video and post it on there. Because I want to document it. But when I next go down to the yard, I have an exciting thing when I go. So that'll be on there as well. So go have a look at that. I might also post, I think I have a video that I might post soon as well. Where are you going?
Well, you took me off, you've taken me off my thing, so.
Yeah, it wasn't working. It took a long time to load. Yeah. So please do follow those accounts and also follow my Instagram as well. Because of basically, it's going to be different content on here. So if you aren't following them accounts, you're going to miss it. So this is why I'm obviously kept telling you. Because of you're going to miss that content then. Because my music account's going to have different content, so you're going to miss that. And the music's not only just music, it's dancing and acting, so it's going to be the film and also all my dances I'm making, so you're going to miss all that content, and you will also miss the horsey content, and you also miss the film content on Instagram and everything. So basically I don't want you to miss it, so go have a look at all them as well, please.
Oh gosh, 50 Thunderers must be mad they've said talk about Taylor Swift.
Well, it's a bit difficult to talk about Taylor Swift because she hasn't done anything. She's just literally gone. I hope she hasn't gone off the face of the earth, but she seems to have gone off the face of the earth because she just has disappeared from everything. Like literally. So there's nothing to talk about because she's been naughty. Can you shut the door? It's prison.
Tracy says the bells. What happened? The bells went, Tracy, and I thought because I'd gone outside because of the internet connection. I thought as soon as I come back, Tracy will say the bells. You must have missed them. Gary, I don't know what Gary's. You just come up. Great news. tonight. You two are stars. Thank you so much. And then it's come highlighted, but it just says member for 5 months. I don't know why it's done that, because other members have obviously commented. But thank you very much for being a member for 5 months.
Thank you.
You're a star. Dave says, does your mum know that you want a horse? And just Dave, honestly, that's what I used to do. And then Billy got on doing a lot of promotional stuff, like with Channel 4, and he was on George Clark's Amazing Spaces and all these other things, and doing stuff for different media stuff basically, and rallying. So I had to sort of leave horses, and because it was so tame, I didn't bother about it anyway. I was quite glad to finish actually. And do it. So I sold I had everything, Dave, as you can imagine, because that was my livelihood. That's how I made my money. So I had absolutely everything, from the hoof pick to the horse to saddles to everything. And I've sold the whole lot. And now she goes, oh, I'd like to do horses now. Yeah, you sold the last hoof pick, Dave. And she, right. But no, they are very, very tying. And I remember when I sold everything up, Matilda was still relatively young. She's still young now. And I remember sitting there the first Christmas morning thinking, I don't have to rush off and feed. I can sit and watch her open her presents, and I don't have to worry about feeding horses, and I don't have to sit there worrying about feeding at night either. It was wonderful. It was wonderful, Dave. And now she's trying to get me back tied. I like horses. They're lovely, but they are the most tying things. And the most expensive.
Well, a bit more expensive.
Carl says, cash is real money, is it not? Tracy says, don't mention it, Dave. Carl says, I'm with Barclays and they've deserted me. I don't use them anymore. They're still there. But I've started trying to use, it's not Yorkshire Bank anymore, is it? It's Virgin Money, but that's who I'm with.
That's nice.
Volvo B10 says you're on the moon.
There's no way.
Tracy says she's been to Crate. Dave says, I know it was your job. Tracy says Jane was a great horsey. Carl says, I've been to Corfu, Tracy, and Tracy's Corfu was beautiful. And Lewis says, happy Sunday. So there you go. What a wonderful night. And thank you to everybody who's donated, and welcome, William.
Yes, thank you very much.
And I think that's everything.
Yes.
I better check my pictures, but I haven't forgotten anybody this time, I don't think. Check everything, but I think I've done everything. Yep. All the news stories done. Well done, me.
Well done, you. I think that's everything then. Well, thank you for watching this. Don't forget to check out those other accounts so you can continue having an evening, because you can watch all them videos. And yeah, I think that's everything.
It must have been a very successful night, hasn't it?
Yes, thank you everybody for the supporting of the channel financially, and also supporting the channel with my film. And please do go check out the Just Giving and buy me a coffee, because obviously, it all just goes to the same thing to support everything. So please do, very much appreciate it.
Dave says better going and just paying to ride, I guess. Yes, it is, certainly, Dave, it is. Adrian says the Isle of Wight is a nice place too. Volvo says, I meant Taylor Swift is on the moon because you said she'd vanished. Gary says, have a great bank holiday, everyone. And you, Gary. Anders says, good night. Good night, Anders. Dave says, thank you both. And everyone, been a fun session. It's been a great session, Dave. Tracy says, same to you. And Mark's Random Curiosity says, good night and take care. So good night, everybody. Thank you so much.
Yes, good night.
Speak soon.
Yes.
Bye.
See you all later. Bye.